And you are welcome. It's a Tuesday edition. It's a brand new day here, and we are quite positive about what it holds.
Definitely, life is a journey, and each day is its best to enjoy the ride. So thank you so much for joining us here.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's, well, the gentleman from Wake Up Nigeria and the lady from Your View.
Interesting.
That's because we didn't see her on the show yesterday here, but we did have a little bit of her on Your View. If you guys missed it, we'll be talking about it here for today's edition. Welcome once again. It's going to be a gripping 2-hour ride here. So thank you very much for joining your favorite breakfast family show. Family breakfast show.
Yeah, anyone, man.
Rope, good rope.
It's a brand new edition of Wake Up Nigeria, and as usual, it's live, right? Trust us, we have the right set of activities tailored just for you to start your day and make it bright.
Absolutely. A quick tip. Starting early with us puts you ahead of the rest.
Yeah.
Shortly, we will be adding more colors to your morning with all the beautiful faces and smiles that we bring along with the banter.
Yes, of course. We have MM and Mary somewhere in the building joining us really soon.
Yes, indeed. Now, hey, if you want premium entertainment, this is where you get it. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And my name is Winfrey Agbeleshie. You can watch the show live on GOTV channel 16 and on UHF band 49 on terrestrial. You can also follow us on social media. We are at TVC Connect.
And please watch past episodes on YouTube. Don't forget now, at TVC Entertainment. It's very easy. And we also love to read your comments, so leave comments on there. Please use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, by the way. Thank you very much.
Now to what we have for today. It's a Tuesday and we like to talk health. Joining us to discuss foods that boost the eyesight, we have experienced optometrist Dr. Sharon and then more.
And coming up for a very exciting performance, we are going to be having Bolu B in here, singer-songwriter. It's going to be a very exciting one for a Tuesday. If you guys like that little praise in your morning, well, this is where you get it.
And for our first conversation, we have an actress, Debbie Frankson. She's famous for her roles in La Femme and Jola, Duke and Dami, and The Knot. She will be here telling us about her journey so far.
And just before the end of the show, joining us on the couch for a very interesting conversation is Nigerian filmmaker Akinayajo Babatunde, best known by his moniker Mr. Tunes Filmmaker. Stick around for that one. He's going to be discussing well, all his very interesting forays into the Nigerian film industry and his craft, as well as his personal life. You're welcome. It's a Tuesday here, and so nice of you to join us. Welcome. But not saying that we didn't miss you. We did miss you. She wasn't here, so she was on Your View.
I'm usually not here on Mondays, Mazino.
Oh, that is true, actually.
What are you going on about?
Well, you're welcome back, and good to have you here.
Thank you.
I don't know if anybody saw that thing with Freeze on social media only just yesterday. Something about if you only have, or if you don't have up to 500,000 naira in your account, living in Lagos, Port Harcourt, or Abuja, that you are living a substandard life, or you're living in poverty. I don't know what the premise was.
Use the word poverty.
Yeah, I don't know what the premise was, but I want to say that I don't absolutely agree, and I'm wondering if I'm alone here. What do you think?
Well, I think it's coming from a place of, well, if you're to look at the standard of living in Nigeria, or especially in these three places, it's quite high. You know, there's food is expensive, accommodation is expensive, and then transportation is also, you know, on the high as well. So, I mean, yes, it's not, there's a particular word I'm looking for. It's there, but it's not coming right now. It's not, I mean, well, 500K.
500,000.
500,000, that's a lot of money. But I feel like it's, you need to have some sort of basic, your salary shouldn't be, well.
She gulped.
Before they quote me now, I say one girl on Wake Up Nigeria
I like
said,
to think of it this way.
please.
I think as human beings, we always have this, with the way we adapt to things. Like when you first of all have like one small 500K now, you now start living big, and then when you don't get up to that, your taste is already.
Mazino, you'd be shocked that even in a day, 500K is gone. By the time you look, if you're to calculate,
do you agree? If you work around your earnings, if your preferences around your earnings, if you choose to live in places where it's kind of like.
First of all, I'll say it's coming from Daddy Freeze, so that's on one side. I'll also say, he said if you don't have 500K in your account at a particular time, meaning like constantly 500K should be in your account. What if you just paid your house rent? You just paid your kids' rent? You just bought food and all of that. You have everything you need to live. You really need the money in your account. What if you just bought
got
stocks?
The asset that's more
than exactly just bought stocks and most guys that are billionaires, they don't
have cash like that
sitting still.
You do have a point.
So
but cut your coat according to your size. If you remember that old saying.
Yeah. Whether you're in Lagos or haircuts, it really doesn't matter.
Just try and be content sometimes. I think you'll find that things will suffice. And you're welcome. My name is Mazino Appeal. Let's do the news. And we begin with security, where a man suspected to be a Boko Haram suicide bomber on Monday morning at Ibrahim Hashke Road in Keke community of Kaduna Millennium City, Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, blew himself up with an improvised explosion device to avoid being arrested by security operatives. Sources from the community confirmed that the bomber had been on the watch list of security agencies who eventually trailed him to an apartment in the Keke community where he had been taking cover. One of the sources further disclosed that a combined team of policemen, personnel of the Department of State Security Service and soldiers surrounded the apartment and engaged the suspect in a gun duel, upon sensing that the security operatives were closing in on him, the suspected terrorist blew himself up with the improvised explosive device. An AK-47 rifle was said to have been recovered inside the man's apartment, along with 2 other live explosive devices that were later safely detonated by the anti-bomb squad of the Kaduna State Police Command. Meanwhile, the mutilated body of the man was later evacuated from the scene by security operatives who later took the bomber's wife and children away for further investigations. Now, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have resolved to embark on a 5-day warning strike beginning from Wednesday this week. The doctors say they have presented several issues bordering on patient-doctor welfare to the federal government without getting any invitation for dialogue from the government. The resident doctors also added that after their last extraordinary committee meeting between the 27th and 29th of April, they issued the government a 2-week ultimatum to address the burning issues presented, and the ultimatum ended 2 days ago. Outside the country now, the Supreme Election Council has confirmed that Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan will go head-to-head with his opposition rival in a runoff vote. The chairman said Mr. Erdogan led the first round with 49.51% of the votes, although he had a clear lead over his main challenger, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, who polled 44.88%. He needed more than half the votes to win the race outright. The second round will go ahead on the 28th of May, with Mr. Erdogan the clear favorite. Shortly before the announcement by Election Council leader Ahmet Yana, the president's rival appealed to supporters not to fall into despair and to stand and take on the election together. But it was not immediately obvious how the opposition national alliance could narrow a margin of almost 5 points in just 2 weeks. You're welcome. It's What's Up and About. Good morning, Mary. Welcome. How you doing?
Good morning. I have a bouncing situation, but I'm sure it will balance. How are you doing today?
Yeah, we're fine. We're great.
Maz,
wake up. Why are you stifling us?
Wake up.
I am already up. The show is called Wake Up. I should. In any case, let's welcome back Winfrey. Winfrey, welcome back. Yes, thank you very much.
Where did she go?
Oh, she was out yesterday at
okay.
Hilda Bassi's thing. She actually witnessed it all, everything that happened, both what we could see and what we couldn't see. So we wanted her to give us an eyewitness account of everything, that, you know, the vibe, the feel, the pulse, and everything, especially how it ended and all. Please, take it away. Reporter of life. She was on Wake Up. She was on Your View yesterday, actually. Okay. It was fantastic. Thank you very much.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done now.
Right,
oh, and...
Anyways, I was there at the cookathon. It was amazing. It was great. I think most of it was actually captured on the internet, but then again, it's not, you can't compare it to being there live. It was an amazing situation. I mean, Hilda literally set out to beat the world record, which was actually initially set at 87 hours, 45 minutes. But then again, she went ahead to set another new record at 96 hours. But then again, eventually, she ended up breaking it and deciding to push it forward to 100 hours. So she ended up turning off her gas by 136
hours. 100 hours, 36
The food was done, though.
Yes. So she had, so that's the thing. So she was meant to stop at 100 hours, but then again, because she had to be finished cooking what she had already started cooking, so she had to wait an extra 30-something minutes to finish cooking, then turn off her gas.
Wow.
So that's when everything, so because people are already dragging Guinness World Books of Records on Twitter and asking them why they've not declared already. So they are literally like, they have to make sure all the parameters are right before the record is literally given to her. So I mean, it was amazing. I think for me, what even went ahead to literally make me think of her in another life was after everything, she still ended up standing for more hours to give vote of thanks to everyone that actually helped her, from her parents to her cooks to everyone on her feet. I'm like, after 100 hours of cooking.
So the highlights for me,
It's amazing.
well, I'm actually happy for her, but there's somebody who was barely noticed who I have to mention, and that's our sous chef, Sam. Sam was
Brimsley.
also on his feet
Brimsley.
throughout. So it's just like when you go on a show, and then the people at the forefront are the people that are being noticed, while the person doing all the hard work in the background is barely even recognized. So I have to mention this. Chef Sam, well done. It must have been a lot of pain trying to chop things so that she can get cooking and all.
It was
wow.
amazing.
Yeah, talking about people who contributed, there are few. Well, without those people, we wouldn't have, you know, I mean, you didn't have to be there to witness what was going on, you know, right there. And I really just want to, you know, give a shout out to her team. First off, she had quite an amazing team. Those guys rallied, they were there, they were present, they were making sure that every, you know, situation, every event was properly documented for us to see, for the world to witness what was happening right there. Her PR team were also on point. Shout out to Nene. And also Nigerians came out to support, guys. I was legit emotional. The support was amazing. Okay, I remember because my friend handles the PR, so she was even telling me that as at last week, Monday, they had over 2,000 entries because people had to register to be a part of the event. 2,000 entries. And people turned out and they turned up. People even slept over.
Nobody says no to free food, actually.
No, forget about the
part of
food.
it. You
Forget
cannot
about
deny
the
the fact
food.
that that's part of it.
People were there, sleeping on the floor. There were no beds. There was no preparation for that. But people came out, and I'm like, guys, the support was amazing. And I just want to say shout out to you Nigerians. It was beautiful. All the support and that from the celebrities, it was amazing. I know people, there were a few comments. There was one event that actually trended, which of course it's his opinion. Teddy A actually gave his own opinion about how, you know, celebrities went all the way and people going all the way, but yet you would not support your own friend in whether it is cooking business or whatever business they're doing.
Exactly.
Right. But
So I actually
hey,
had
like
the
I said,
opportunity to interview one of the coordinators who was actually standing at the door to the kitchen. And he literally made, so I actually asked him the question. I mean, a lot of people came out, brands also are here, a lot of celebrities are supporting. What do you think about that? He was like, yeah, it's amazing. And then again, it looks amazing on social media, but the truth is that we reached out to these guys initially and they turned us down.
Booyah.
So he
There
actually
we
said
go.
that. He was like, we reached out to them, they turned us down, but now, of course, the traction is built on social media.
So
everyone feels
let's
the
focus
need
on
to
that
get
now.
here.
Let's talk
Brands,
about the fact that we
celebrities,
had
all of that.
all the,
Of course.
very many celebrities, very many people, whether political, this and that, they all turned out, they all turned up rather, to the event. Why exactly did they turn up for the event?
All
Was it
eyes.
because
who does not want to associate with
So the
success?
thing is, success has
yes,
been...
I don't
People were
understand.
sharing
I
products.
don't understand.
People ended up
yesterday
sharing
at the start of the
products.
show, I in jest said selfish celebrities. Isn't that rather so?
Mazino, you wouldn't blame people for not believing in your dreams or vision from the inception. And now I'm making reference to the brands that may not have initially, you know, partnered with her or
So just wanted to remind you guys that I'm also
No,
here.
that's
and I
what
have
I'm
an
saying.
opinion.
And then
Thank you.
celebrities, and then for celebrities, well, not everyone was aware of, you know, the events before it happened. And I mean, hey, why not? I mean, brands leverage on each other, and I'm not talking about brands. I'm talking celebrities. Brands leverage on each other. So I mean, you come, you do your thing, I post it, you move on.
Oh, so I can talk now? Okay. I was going to say that
No,
regarding this, the whole event, the reality is this. Everybody, your friends cannot support everything you do. We all have our lives. we keep saying, oh, you don't support my business, but at the end of the day, you support a person you don't know. Everybody who has a business knows that you make the most sales from outsiders. That's the truth. Perhaps because the people who you have around you either believe, oh, I can get it cheaper elsewhere, or oh, and I don't want this person to be more successful than I am if I'm supporting the business. I don't know whatever the mentality is, but that is usually the case. But when you are successful, guess what?
Yeah.
Those people who are close to you will want to be identified with you. You cannot kill yourself. All these things about brands not associated, how many people can a brand associate with? Let's be realistic.
I don't blame brands for being trepid.
But yes, being careful. I really don't.
It's all about the bottom line.
My take on that is maintain the same energy. So if you're really not going to key in initially, then when it's happening, don't come around and
It doesn't work that way.
No, seriously. No, it actually should work that way.
But it doesn't.
The reason
So
being that, no, I'm talking about how brands actually took the opportunity to come there to share their products free of charge during things when the crowd was there.
So
because on the first day, and I'll say this because on the first day, they didn't have up to 300 people in that venue. On the first day, on Monday, on Tuesday,
On
then it
Thursday.
started picking up.
On Thursday.
Sorry, on Thursday, on Friday, thank you, and all of that. But it started picking up eventually. My point
it was
is
on
that if you're not
Saturday
going
that
to
the crowd,
jump on, do you know, I'm saying this because there were brands that literally built that set. The kitchen was actually handled by a brand independently. Do you understand? People came in, I mean, when brands also sponsored food-wise and all of that, foodstuffs and all that. My point is, if you're not going to key into it, then maintain the same energy. When the thing is showing traction, say, okay, fine, we cannot be associated with you, then still not be
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. And the reality is this. Say, for example, you have a brand that is very big, brand A. This is the reality. By the time you finally you go to meet brand A associates with successful celebrities or personalities. So they chill. They're like, let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can achieve. So by the time brand A sees that, oh, you are gaining traction, it is just normal for brand A to catch. And guess what? The more money you're going to make will be from brand A than any other brand.
Sure.
That's the way it works.
Argue this.
That's the way it
I'm
works.
talking about, brands
It's unfair,
that, I
but
mean,
it's
she's
the
gotten
way it works.
so much, endorsement right now. There are a lot of brands that want to work with her. There are people already offering free tickets. They're already offering her, on trips, even to the Maldives.
Health.
Healthcare. I mean, it's amazing. So, but first of all, I also need to give a major shout out to her mom. Her mom was there, was
Very
her
supportive,
support
actually.
system. I mean, I watched videos of her. It got me so emotional. Well done, Mama. Calabar Pots. Kitchen. She was there and it was beautiful.
I need to say this as well. A lot of people didn't know the parameters, things that were
happened that they put
happened.
together.
Things she had to literally
lift it.
face to actually get this point. So she couldn't sit down throughout the time she was cooking. She had only 1 hour in 12 hours to get her rest, or 5 minutes in an hour. So
I think it was 10
5 minutes.
every hour.
No,
I heard
5 minutes. 5 minutes in an hour.
Or she accumulates this and gets
And
1
gets 1
hour
hour.
in 12 hours. And in that time, she literally had a van out. Her vitals were being checked. Having
Can I ask individually
massages
now,
and all of that.
What's your threshold individually?
You can never tell your threshold.
I just want to know individually.
I believe that you can never tell your threshold until you are
faced to
She said it, she almost broke.
Yeah, you might think, oh, I can go this far, and then you find that you can go further, and you find you can go further, and you're going so far that you can't believe yourself. And that is life. It's in all aspects of our lives. We tell ourselves, if this thing happens to me, I'm just going to back out. But then you find yourself still pushing, and that's why you're where you are
that
today.
you were bringing to our attention. So let's quickly wrap it up.
So 1 hour in 12 hours. So in that space of time, she had her vitals checked, she had massages done, and her manager actually put out information. She was actually on her monthly during that whole time. So the stress and everything was definitely more. So before then as well, she actually hit the gym. She had come in.
Yeah, she had to lose a lot of weight.
She had to lose weight. She had to get fit. Her feet had to be strong. Her arms and all of that. So a lot actually went into it. That a lot of people didn't actually see on the outside. Mental work, physical work, emotional, and all of that stuff. So
congratulations, Hilda. We are so proud of you.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes,
Thank you very much. And, because of you, I mean, you brought a lot of people together, whether you like it or not.
And you're also going to be a lasting inspiration to a lot of young girls all over the world who think they can't. Now they know that they can. Thank you.
New definition to the word Nigerian chef.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Woman. Bye-bye.
And woman. And that's it for us here. Do stay tuned. We've got more coming your way. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC if you want to send in a comment. We'd love to read from you guys. We'll be back. And you're welcome. It's time for our paper review, and today we have with us a newspaper reviewer whom I think you're going to find very interesting. Barrister Emanefon Umana is here with us. He's a legal and social political critic. You are welcome, Barrister. Good to have you here on the show today.
Thank you very much. Nice having you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so this morning we should start from the Nation newspaper.
Let's start from the Nation. Very interesting headline here from the Nation.
Yes, it says IG warns subversive elements against plot to derail May 29. And this is as a result of reports that we've been hearing about the May 29 election, people calling for it to be postponed due to the ongoing court cases and all. What's your take on this?
Okay, thank you very much. For me, I think it's those clamors outside the confines of the courts are things that shouldn't be entertained. Of course, Nigeria is a democratic institution or a state and should be seen as doing what is right at all points in time. If the cases are in court, I think they should allow the institution of the judiciary to do their work. Calling for a shutdown or some form of stall on the process of putting up the new president-elect, I think it's an attempt to bring in anarchy, and it is an attempt to complicate issues the more. At this point, Nigeria is very volatile, it's very sensitive. I don't think any call for a stall on that process, I don't think it's wise. So let's allow the process, let's allow the courts to do their work, and of course, government is in continuum. So if that happens, we are trying to create a lacuna that may not even all go well. So I think the IG calling for a stall on those, I think is the right step in the right direction. However, yes, it shouldn't be about the police. Every other facet, as far as the security architecture is concerned, should work towards that. Because for now, it's still rumors, scrambles, and all of that.
Let's talk about the concerns, however. The concerns of the people who are perhaps maybe telling that there should be a stall. Is it irrelevant, considering the slow pace of the cases that are being handled in court?
No. I would not say the slow pace of the court is the reason. If anybody is having those fears, it's because he doesn't know how it works. I think last time I had mentioned that election petition cases are sui generis, and in fact, in the wisdom of the National Assembly, they decided to tweak the Constitution to make election petition issues to be resolved, I think, within 180 days. So I think they just need to be patient. That is opposed to cases staying for years. Yeah. So let them just wait, and I believe it would all pan out well for everyone.
Let's move on now to the Punch newspaper, and that headline makes a return here. Military IG warns troublemakers as court hears anti-handover case. But what we should focus on the Punch newspaper is what's been happening since over the weekend with celebrity Seun Kuti. Seun Kuti spends the night in custody, police plan arraignment. There's been plenty of talk about his arrest, yes, the fact that he was handcuffed, he was robbed of his shoes and all of that. And they noted, the police, I think PRO noted that this is a regular procedure. But tell us about this, please.
Okay, so from my little years of experience, if someone has turned himself in, I think it is irrelevant to handcuff. There are clear-cut reasons why you should handcuff. If the person is resisting arrest, is violent, and there's every cause to restrain him of some sort. But in this case, he turned himself in. That was totally irrelevant. That was totally irrelevant. And I don't hope that will repeat itself in the dock when he's being arraigned. Because the point of arraignment is the point of him taking his plea, whether or not he's guilty, as claimed by the prosecutors. However, I do not in any way support what he did. That video was quite very offensive. It was barbaric. It was brutish. It was an affront on the authority of the state. It was an affront on the authority of the state, because a police officer does not just represent himself as a person, he represents authority. So if he did that, he was just making a jest of the Nigerian police. But it also resonates, because let's also look at the other side of it. I believe, of course, the Nigerian police, they've done wonderfully well. But if they also do better, having a better image, I don't think people would. There are people that are clapping for what Shenwu did. Because they're like, police, they do this every day to us. So it's a flip of the coin, it's their turn. But that is still offensive. You're not supposed to take such a step. It is self-help, and it is not justified for any reason.
Okay. All right, now let's move on to the Guardian newspaper, shall we? The Guardian newspaper has a series of headlines here, but one in particular which we touched on the news this morning. Resident doctors declare 5-day warning strike. They put forward their needs or concerns from earlier in an extraordinary meeting, but however, they have told that we've got an ultimatum for 2 weeks, which ended, I think, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we've been here many times. Once again, we're here again. There are implications.
Yes.
And it's like the Nigerian system never learns.
Exactly, the Nigerian system never learns. It's quite it's very saddening that we still have to go through this. We are still mourning the long but temporal absence of Ike Ekweremadu. Nobody is really happy about that. But I think that should send a signal that if our institutions were working or should be made to work, I don't think there will be any need for all of this. The warning strike is only a reaffirmation that they are still crying without the modern nation hearing to the cry of the doctors. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that one of the clamor is against the bill that is geared towards restraining their flights from the nation.
Yes.
After until that is uncalled for. That is sad.
Okay,
it's very sad.
Quickly, say something.
Okay.
What you just said. As a matter of fact, that is actually the right thing.
Why?
So, like my dad studied in Soviet Union. You cannot graduate as a medical professional and go straight to working immediately. It's not done. You're supposed to gain experience under someone.
I have a bit of a technical issue with your mic, Mary.
But in Nigeria, we have what is called a housemanship. Except what you mean is, after the housemanship, there should be another form of tutelage. Except that is what you mean. But however, let us also look at the intention of that bill. The intention of the bill is actually to cripple medical practitioners from going outside to have better pay. So if you are making a reference to your peculiar issue, it was for them to gain experience to serve their people, not in Nigeria where the condition of working is not favorable.
The only reason people work immediately in Nigeria is because of the fact that we don't even have enough doctors. But really, there's a process to this.
The few that we have, are they taking care of them?
That's the thing. That's on both sides. When you wait,
of course, it's
on both sides.
It's on both
this
sides.
is the right thing. Unfortunately, this is what is needed, and so there's always been that imbalance.
Yes, but however, let us dig into the intention of that bill. When we get that intention, because when a legislator puts up a bill, there's always an intention. There are golden rules. There are just them generous rules. There are so many rules when interpreting a law, and the intention of the legislator. The court will always look at what was the intention. So what is the intention of the legislator trying to cripple doctors from going outside?
We wish we had more time to actually discuss this, and Mary won't let it go because the father was a pharmacist. But thank you very much, Barrister Omana, for coming over. And that was very, very interesting.
Thank you. Nice
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I hope you don't fly too.
Nah, where am I flying to? This is okay.
Maz.
Thank you very much. But there's much more than this happening inside of Wake Up Nigeria. The kitchen is about to be set abuzz. We're going to put our own timer there very soon. Should we bring a timer for you?
How do you know? Welcome to the kitchen, guys. With me is Chef Betsy. And this morning, she is making yam and potato porridge. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Seems like you abandoned us.
I'm not. I was so busy to our last month.
I'm glad that you are busy and you are making money, because that's very important. Now let's run through the ingredients for our yam porridge this morning.
We have a yam itself, then the sweet potato. Then we have the pepper that we're going to use. We have our seasoning. We have our palm oil. We have our vegetable oil. We have our scent leaf. We have our fish.
I see that. What fish is that, first love?
This is egg.
Egg. Okay.
Yes.
I see that it's already been fried already.
Yes, I'm using it for the sauce.
Oh, we are making a sauce?
Yes.
Okay, so we're having
For the side.
yam porridge with a sauce on top.
Yes.
Like a pepper sauce. Is it
A
pepper,
pepper sauce.
Pepper sauce. Okay, nice. Guys, if you're just joining us, with me is Chef Betsy. On your screen right there are the ingredients, literally, for our recipe this morning. And so let's get to work.
Okay.
What are we starting with?
We are starting with the yam. I'll peel it off, then I'll cut it and that is in cubes.
Okay, if you're watching right now, you're wondering why are we using potatoes? That's because, particularly sweet potatoes, that's because it's a certain sweetness that it gives to your yam porridge, right? And so let's get cooking. What are we starting with? So first off, we're going to work with the yam. Yams are quite expensive right now. Right.
Very. We are not in the season yet.
Right. But we are currently
moving in.
Yes.
Gradually.
Yeah. I think the new yam,
New yam
will be coming up, I think, in
very soon.
September.
Yes, very soon.
So it's expected that around this time,
These are dry yam
quite
now.
expensive. It's really dry. Very, very dry.
So it's expensive.
But so what are other alternatives that we can work with? I mean, for those who right now may not be able to,
You can use your sweet potato.
Sweet potato, yeah.
Yes, you can use just that. At least even sweet potato is expensive, but not as much as
not as expensive as
yes.
yam. And then I would have suggested plantain, but we know that for the past few months, yes, it has refused to drop. The price of plantain has refused to drop. It's still expensive. And I think it's even worsening. Right. Okay, so let's begin work on our yams. So we're going to chop them up. Are we going to cut them into smaller chunks?
Yes, smaller one.
Very
so that
small
it gets cooked fast.
Okay. So are we making this like asaro or yam porridge? Because there's asaro and then there's yam porridge.
Yeah, doing yam porridge.
Yam porridge.
Yes.
One that you can still see the yam. All right, all right. Great stuff. Chef Betsy is about to begin, prepping the recipe, items for our meal. This morning we are making yam and potato porridge. Yeah, we have to go on a quick break now where we're prepping things up here in the kitchen. There's still so much to come, people. Stay with us. Thank you for sticking here with us on Wake Up Nigeria. It's Tuesday, and here on Tuesdays, we actually love to have conversations bothering around our health. And today, we're discussing foods that boost the eyesight, and we have experienced optometrist here with us, and she is Dr. Ekene Enemwa. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria for the 4th time.
Yes, the 4th time. Thank you, Winfrey.
How are you doing? I like your get-up.
Oh, thank you. All Nigerian.
All Nigerian.
Yes, proudly Nigerian.
Lovely, love it. Okay, so now today we're talking about foods that boost the eyesight. I've read severally that, food affects our emotions, our moods, let me say emotions, our moods and different other things. So now we're talking specifically about foods that boost the eyesight. Let me ask, why, first of all, do you think it's important to actually know and understand these things?
Understanding that food is good for the body and, of course, the eye is a good thing because it helps you deal with issues, helps you know what to eat, and also gives you an idea of, okay, when you're having certain funny feeling, could it be?
Okay, could it be?
What can I eat to help quickly mitigate whatever it is that could be happening?
Okay.
So, yeah.
So does it have that much direct effect? Like if you have like a feeling now and you say, okay, fine, if I eat this, it actually clears up?
I'd say yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, in the sense that, look, the body needs food.
True.
Good
food.
Good food.
Yeah.
And whether we like it or not, we get the nutrients the body needs. Yeah. And the eye is a part of the body. So when you're eating right, the general body, including the eye, is good.
It's good.
So that's where we see the direct effect. Oh. But if you're looking at, okay, I'm having blurry vision, let me eat this and it will work today.
Yeah, no, okay.
So yes, that's the yes and no.
Progressively and a long time?
Long term.
Okay, amazing. So now let's talk particularly about foods that aid or boost proper eyesight and eye care. So can you help us with some of those?
Okay, so let's start with the easiest to find and even in season at the moment, carrots.
Carrots, yay.
Everybody talks about carrots is good for the eye, but nobody actually knows how it relates to the eye.
Okay, so help us with
So carrots actually, when you eat carrots, you get beta carotene from carrots. The eye produces beta carotene, and the eye uses beta carotene to produce vitamin A. Understand that vitamin A is a very necessary should I say, vitamin for the body and the eye to see well. So when you've got eat carrots and you have the beta carotene, of course, the vitamin A, it helps prevent things like dry eyes. Understand that there's a sequence to this. If you've got dry eyes and you don't care for it, it could lead to corneal scarring. Corneal scarring not cared for will lead to night vision. Not cared for could lead to vision loss. So you understand?
So it's a progressive.
It's a progressive thing. So carrots, vitamin A, as well as palm oil. We also get, you know, beta carotene, palm oil.
Okay, so now there's this deliberation on palm oil. Some people say it's healthy, some people say it's not healthy. So where is it really?
Everything to the moderation.
To the moderation.
You don't begin to scoop palm oil and expect you won't have cholesterol issues later. So to the moderation. So now aside carrot and palm oil, we have green leaves.
Green leaves.
Spinach, ugu. The darker, the better. With those, we get lutein, we get zeaxanthin from them. These are antioxidants that the body needs and the eye needs to be able to have perfect protection for the retina against the blue damaging light. You know, these days they keep telling, with the gadgets really, so you need to protect. The darker the greens, the better. We have citrus, oranges, everything citrus. It's good, vitamin C. The eye needs vitamin C to also prevent formation of cataracts. Long-term effect. Understand is not I eat one today and it's good tomorrow, but it's
so
progressive.
So a part of your lifestyle.
Yes, including your lifestyle. So you see the citrus also have omega-3 fatty acids, big names, but eat fish.
Fish.
So tell you, oh, I don't eat fish. It smells. It's got this. But your benefits.
So some people actually react to fish now. Is there a substitute for that?
There are other substitutes, yes. You could use, you could get nutrients from turkey.
From turkey?
From eggs.
Okay, I like turkey.
Peanuts. You see, you also get nutrients from all those things to mitigate the ones you can't get or you have a reaction, a negative reaction to. So yes, you could do that. And then we've got the, like I said to you, eggs, peanuts. Those ones give us extra boost that prevents age-related macular degeneration. So it's good for the elderly, but then starts when you're young. The truth is, as we get old, these things tend to build up. If there has been negligence somewhere, it shows up later. So we start younger and begin to eat this. So I'll tell you, my kids don't eat this, my kids don't eat that. And I tell mothers, you encourage it. When you encourage it, it becomes a lifestyle. If the child has no negative reaction, some people have peanut allergies, I understand that, don't give. Some people have milk issues, I understand that, don't give. But you could give plant-based milk. You can get from the soya milk, you could get from tiger nut milk. These are the ones the body will accept. And to give the same nutrients that the cow,
I mean,
milk
speaking of that as well, I read somewhere as well that plant-based milks now also have their issues and shouldn't be served. So
like I said, it depends. If there's allergy somewhere, you have to find a way. If someone has allergy to dairy milk, you balance with plant-based. Most times they can't have those two allergies side by side.
Okay.
So you try to balance out. So you have that. And then in the kitchen, you see spices. We don't take our spices seriously. We tend to do the regular Maggi. But you see the turmeric. It's very good for the eye.
Good for eyesight.
Yes. Remember, the beta carotene we get from turmeric.
Is it in the color?
The color, yes, actually.
It gives it away,
yes,
right?
It does. So turmeric is good for the eye. Ginger is good for the eyes. The spices are found everywhere, but with innovations and quick cooking, we tend to just quickly pick up things we can find around. Yes, the normal carbohydrates, the normal.
Which are they?
Rice,
rice.
Beans. See, eating in moderation. You see, sometimes I'm slow to talk about the rice and the beans and the yams because that's our staple meal and we eat a lot of it. So let's just keep going. But everything in moderation. So everything we eat, we're eating well in the right moderation, in the right combination gives us those micronutrients we need, and the eye in turn needs to perform properly. Remember, I had told you that vitamin C helps prevent formation of cataract. Where do we get vitamin C? The known place. Oh, oranges.
Oranges, yes.
So yes, it's a build-up of all of these things that tends to lead towards, okay, am I getting the right nutrient to the eye to help it see? Sometimes people who could even have blurry vision today and they take antioxidant or multivitamin tablets, and the next morning they notice, oh, okay, it's slightly clearer.
It's better. Okay.
Because the body is shutting a bit of the nutrients. And when you take those multivitamins, and there are specific multivitamins that are made for the eye.
eye.
Because sometimes we might not be able to eat everything.
Yes.
So yes, there are certain antioxidants, we'll call them, that give you all the nourishments the eye needs perform properly.
Okay, so you advise that even alongside our daily food,
You take
should actually
that.
have supplements as well.
Of course.
Okay,
It's
sounds
very
amazing. So now let me ask this, because to be very honest, considering how important the eyesight is, I don't think the eyes are actually taken enough care of. Because I might say, today I might wake up, I have itchy eyes. I'm like, oh, okay, it's itchy eyes, it will go away. Then also we're talking about makeup and talking about all of that. So can you help us, give us a guide on how we can take proper care of the eye alongside eating all these nutrients?
Pay attention to the eyes.
Okay.
Most, like you give a typical example, is a normal thing you hear. Oh, I had this issue, started 3 days ago. And you're asking the person, what did you do? Okay, I thought it would go away.
Oh, it did go?
24 hours after, it didn't go away, but you still think it will go away. So pay attention. The eye reacts when there's something going on.
Okay.
So how do you take care of your eyes? Make sure in the mornings when you wake up, look at your eyes in the mirror. Be sure you don't have discharges that are unusual.
Okay, so what are usual discharges and unusual
Now,
discharges?
it's normal that when you sleep, the eye tries to wash out debris.
Okay.
It's self-cleaning to an
yes.
extent. So you could wake up with tiny specks around the eye, tiny. But when you wake up in the morning and you see that the specks are becoming mucoid, or is getting, your eyelids are crusty, opening it is difficult.
It's difficult.
Tells you something is going on. It's not normal.
Okay. I thought it's just excess tiredness.
No. How can it be excess tiredness? Obviously, something got in and the eye was trying to clean out more than it should.
More than it should.
And for we women, we use our eye makeup, it makes us pretty. Remember to take it off before bedtime.
Bedtime.
They have chemicals and little things that over time could cause even stains to the cornea and to the conjunctiva, excuse me. So some will tell you, oh, I used to have very white eyes. Now when I look at my eyes, they're not as white as they used to be.
Yeah.
And we use the kajals. We use the eye pencils.
Yes, and
they're dark.
The eyes.
It could stain the eye.
Really?
So that's why it's important when you finish at the end of the day, take time to remove those things with the right, use the right makeup remover.
Okay.
Remove them so that you don't have it left over in the eye that could stain, because it's a build-up of everything.
Build-up, yes.
This year you're good. 2-3 years down the line, you notice your eyes are not as good as they used to be. So yes, you care for the eye that way as well. Remember, when there is any funny feeling, any funny feeling, because the eyes are very important, and there's no spare.
There's no spare. There actually isn't.
No spare. So once you notice that there's any funny feeling, see an eye doctor.
See an eye doctor.
Don't just say, okay, my friend used.
No,
it might work for your friend.
Yeah, true.
Won't work for you.
Work for you.
So see an eye doctor.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah,
Definitely
nice
a pleasure having you here. I was going to ask you about onions, but we'll have the conversation back behind the scenes.
No problem.
All right, guys, you heard it. Any funny feeling, see an eye doctor. We'll go on a quick break right now. When we come back, so much more still happening here on Wake Up Nigeria.
I'm joking. We have the best lineup for the second hour here. You guys are welcome. The first hour is proof that it's going to be great. So, hey, stick around. This breakfast show was designed just for you.
Of course, truly. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. Can't believe it's top of the hour already.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the first step with us early on.
Yeah, every single morning, please make sure that you do. Welcome to this hour here, and we appreciate you guys for staying through up until this phase.
Yes, yes, yes. And I like the vibes coming from the kitchen.
Yes,
what's happening in there.
And then where's our clock at this time?
Well, I think it's at what? How many minutes gone now?
30 minutes
An hour, 2 minutes or 3 minutes gone already. Yeah, we are prepping up and getting things, right here in the kitchen. Chef Betty is hard at work. We're about to make our sauce in a bit, but we don't want to do it without you guys. So I know you will be, so yeah, we're going to make sure that you be a part of what we're doing here
All right,
in the kitchen. So,
grand.
yeah.
Well, we can't wait to see that. Let's get back to the rest of the show here and let you guys know exactly what's coming your way. My name is Mazino Peel.
And I am Winfrey Agbeleshe. You can watch the show live on GOTV channel 16 and on UHF band 14.9 on terrestrial. For us on social media, we are at TVC Connect.
Yes, indeed. And you can also watch us, past episodes of the show on YouTube at TVC Entertainment is where to look for us. And please, like I always say, I think I'm the only one who always says this, use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Please, thank you very much.
Yes, of course. And in a bit, we definitely will be enjoying a musical performance from fast rising singer, music producer and director Boluwatife Adegoke Adeyemo, probably known as Bolu B. He will be serenading us.
tuning.
And for our first conversation, we have, well, our next conversation, we have actress Debbie Frankson. She is famous for her role in LA Femme Angela, Duke and Dammy as well. La Femme, rather. I got that wrong. La Femme Angela. L-E-K. Okay. And also remember that one, Duke and Dammy. So she'll be here to tell us all about her journey.
And finally, joining us on the couch for an interesting conversation is Nigerian filmmaker Akinayo Jo Babatunde, known by his moniker, Mr. Tunes, filmmaker. Stick around, it's going to be an interesting conversation.
Welcome back, second hour here, and I think it's time when celebrities, even celebrities such as yourself, start asking you guys for money when you approach us to take pictures. This is not my word, but words of
Speed Darlington.
That guy, what work does he climb out of? Occasionally.
I will pay Speed Darlington
Oh,
to take
come
picture
on, really?
That guy, I don't know. So the little Igbo I understand. When I hear him talk, it cracks me up good. That guy is not okay.
Oh, just in case you don't
I've never
know.
really thought of him as a celebrity, but good thing you mentioned
Yeah,
it.
what happened was he was there was a post on social media where he got into an altercation with someone who wanted to have a picture with him, but he had told the person, no, you have to give me 5,000 naira first before you take a picture. Oh, you didn't even know?
No, I didn't.
You have to give me 5,000 naira per picture, and it was like, who are you? You know? So it went on like that. It was. But then again, truly now. I mean, why do we have this need to want to be in pictures of celebrities? And can celebrities or should celebrities also take advantage of that as well?
So the thing is,
Success, same thing we're talking about Hilda Bassi.
We're here again, see?
so the thing is, I feel everybody is successful in their own capacity. I've always believed that. So I feel what might drive me like crazy. Like if I see a particular author, I'll probably go, wow, as against maybe seeing a celebrity. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I don't know. I'm not really tripped about it. So it usually depends on the interest. And it's, for some people, there's this fanaticism. But then for some people, it's just a case of, oh, I admire what you do.
Yeah.
I respect your work, your art and all.
But you would say this because you have access to them every single day because of what you do.
Well, you're correct, but
So
then,
it wouldn't mean that that value you kind of sort of place on them is not as much as, someone
I don't value
who,
them any
who,
less. I
No,
think you are correct.
I said as much as
You are
someone
correct,
who,
however.
appreciates the music, who appreciates the craft, who appreciates what they do. So, I mean, it's different. You can't compare it.
His name said made sense. I attended an event. Incidentally, she was there as well. And people were milling around the celebrities.
And you were just
and
like...
both of us were just like, okay.
And something I've noticed, right, something that actually takes my mind to the fact that everyone has a celebrity factor. Everybody.
Yeah.
So I'll use a typical example of a reality show we all know, right? They put random people on there for long enough for people to actually see them, give them the exposure, they become celebrities.
Yeah.
So anyone can literally put in that light and people will resonate with them. So I think it's that resonance, right? I'm
Exactly.
literally
Being able to find them relatable.
yourself, I'm telling you. So
Yeah.
different people resonate to different people for different reasons. I believe all of us have something that people can relate to.
Exactly.
I think this whole celebrity thing is sort of overrated, right? Because really, who's a celebrity?
A celebrated person. That's what the...
Yeah, but you're talking about the Big Brother house. How many of them?
She
are
didn't mention Big Brother.
celebrities?
Why did you give them
she
credit?
has
You
finally
did not
said
mention Big Brother.
No.
Why did you do it? It's
I'm
okay,
just
joking,
sorry,
don't
hitting
mind
the
me.
nail on the head and calling it what it is.
But listen, yeah, I think that each and every one of you is a celebrity. Let me start taking pictures.
Oh, that's very good. See? What is
And Winfrey, did they take a picture of you yesterday?
Of course.
Hey, celebrity. There you go. So please, if you see me take a picture, I don't charge. Only 1,000.
You don't charge the yard one.
Yeah, but then again, really, there's absolutely nothing wrong. I don't have a problem with it, really.
Collecting money.
No, monetize. It's your space. If you feel the need to monetize it, why
It is
not?
your space.
But in a
Exactly.
way, authors actually monetize it.
Yeah,
What
meet
you
and
do
greet.
is Meet and greet.
Yeah.
Yes. You buy my book, you bring it to me, I sign. So in the book
Yeah.
space, it's actually a regular thing.
But you're buying
Exactly.
But
actually
yes,
buying
because you're paying them by buying something.
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
Yeah.
we are buying the book.
Yes,
not
but you're
the-
paying them because
You're paying
part
them,
of
yeah,
the money
because-
comes
yeah,
to the
because
book.
I'm
going to
saying
the
you're
pockets.
buying something.
And I think
Have you
maybe
tried
that's
writing a book before?
All right. So
You are buying the book.
I think it's about time we also start monetizing. Wake Up Nigeria will be doing a meet and greet over the weekend. We'll let you guys know the venue, please. My own is 5,000, 4,000.
10,000.
10,000. Mary's 1,500.
Wow. Wow.
I will collect change on your 300 naira.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to the kitchen. This is Chef Betty. And this morning we are making yam and potato porridge. So let's run through the ingredients quickly and tell us where we're at right now. Let's go.
For the yam and potato porridge, we are using our yam, the sweet potato, our seasoning, our palm oil. We had a scent leaf just to garnish it at the end of the cooking. Then we had our, we had our pepper. So then some spices. So we are cooking the yam pottage already now.
But the only thing, yes. The lid of the pot. Let's see. Ooh, that looks good. Okay.
So it's cooking.
So what's in there right now?
We've added the pepper.
Okay.
Then we've added the seasoning.
Okay.
So then the only thing that remains is just the palm oil. So I want to wait a bit before adding the palm oil. Yes, properly before adding the palm oil. So in there we have our yam and potatoes. Yes, we have also our
sweet
crayfish
potatoes,
as well.
Our crayfish in there as well. So we're just going to let all of those, ingredients simmer together and add, give it also that flavor. So let's cover it. Now we're about to make our sauce, right?
Yes, we already have our oil.
Okay.
Our vegetable oil in the saucepan.
All right.
We're adding onions.
Okay, our onions.
So after that, I will add the pepper.
Okay. And once we have our onions in, what's going in next?
We stir fry it a bit.
Okay.
Then we add our pepper.
Okay.
In it,
our blended pepper.
Blended pepper, yes.
Okay.
So we had our seasoning.
Okay.
So after that, we allow it to cook for some time before adding the fish.
Okay, so the fish goes into the sauce. Right. Okay, this seems quite interesting. I think it's another way to, make your yam porridge instead of the regular just cook, put everything in the pot and that's it, right? So it's like having just an extra spice and adding that extra spice to your yam porridge. If you're wondering why we're having the sweet potato in this, it's because sweet potatoes give you that sweet
people add sugar, which is not.
No, you shouldn't add sugar to your yam. It's actually not good for your but so it's also advisable to make use of your sweet potatoes. So you also really want to get the best out of it. It's better to even add it when you're just about to cook your yam, so that way it gets really soft and then exactly. So now that we have our onions,
we are stir frying this.
Okay.
So I'll soon be adding the blended.
Our blended pepper.
Okay.
Okay. And we are going to be making. So the scent leaf, is it going into the yam or the sauce?
Porridge.
Into the yam.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Pretty excited about this morning's recipe. It's coming together very, very nicely. So we're going to wait for our tomatoes and our pepper to cook well, right? Then it goes in our seasonings, right?
Yes.
And then our fish. And breakfast is ready. Right. If this is something that you're going to be making, please let us know on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. Do not forget to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We're going to quick break now, people. There's still so much to come. Stay with us. And we are back. It's time for our first On the Couch conversation. And with us, we have actress Debbie Frankson.
Yes, indeed. You remember her from La Femme Angela.
LFM.
Is it Dictator Wonsu?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And of course, Duke and Dami. She's here with us. Debbie Frankson, you are welcome. Good to have you here in the flesh.
Thank you.
After seeing you in all of those, it's good to always meet you in person.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed.
I was looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, stop, Jerry.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's so good to have you. And first off, before we begin our interview, right, I would just like to say, you all should please give way for Akwa Ibom girls, because we are making the map. And we're gaining that global recognition. I just need to put that out there.
Okay.
Akwa Ibom.
Yay. That's very good because, there is something about the fact that there's a lot of you guys.
Wow, you guys.
You ladies, you beautiful ladies in the movie industry. I can count quite a number of you. Is there a reason behind that? Why is it? Why can we count so many people from Akwa Ibom, especially ladies in the film industry?
I think we're just everywhere.
We are everywhere, not just the movie industry.
Okay, making waves. Let me add that. Making waves then.
Yeah,
we're making waves everywhere. But I think I don't know, it's obvious. We are beautiful, we are smart, intelligent, talented.
Oh, baby girl.
It's not your interview. Excuse us.
Call it.
Good to have you here. Well, let's talk about you and the movies. You got started, I think I remember that you were at the Royal Film Academy.
Yes.
That was how long ago?
2017.
2017.
Yeah.
That was right before you got into the
Then
movie
officially
industry.
started in 2018.
Okay.
So from then till now, how has the industry accepted you and how easy has it been, would you say?
Wow. You know that thing where they say nothing good comes easy. So I was prepared for the journey. I knew it wasn't going to come easy. And there's something about when you're doing something that you love. No matter what comes, you just take it, you embrace it, and then you keep growing. So I would not say it's been easy, but there's been grace, a lot of grace from God. And I thank God.
Nice.
Because if I look at my journey from 2018 till now, I am doing fantastic.
That's good.
I like
So-
it.
Nice.
I like it.
So yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the challenges that you have experienced as a female in the movie industry. We've heard there are a few, Nollywood actresses who have also shared some of their journeys, and experiences. We'd just like to hear some of those challenges that you have shared, that you have experienced as a female in the industry.
Well, I believe that, again, females are just like humans. We all go through stuff, right, in life, not just the industry. So people would always say, what about sexual abuse and stuff like that? But I believe it's everywhere. One thing I always tell or talk to people about when it comes to, us being females and when it comes to sexual advancement, men will always like women. So it's always very important to put yourself in a position where you don't fall a victim. Yes, there are uncertainties. There are certain times that you can't control certain things. We all have our bad experiences, but make sure that you do well to curb unfortunate incidences, such as make sure that your talent stands in. Of course, we struggle to get work, just like every other industry. We also have certain things like, you have to be a certain type of way.
You have to look a certain kind of way.
Certain type of way. There's this social media thingy where you have to
have followers.
Have followers. But the truth is, it's just like if you want to go for modeling, you have to be a certain type of size. This is what comes with the territory.
Okay.
So you have to have that. Even if I'm not very good at social media, I try. So try in different angles to make sure that they will not catch you wanting, or at least one has to make up for the other. So for me, the challenges are there, but you try as much as you can to curb it.
Okay. Fantastic in Duke and Dami, but I will still keep going to Femme Fatale and La Femme Fatale and Detective Woman. It was only 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
2020 we shot it, but I think it was. I think
it was released in 21.
Yeah.
And you only just started acting officially in 2018. To be given that role as a young actress in the movie industry, was somebody actually said she can do it? Let's give it to her.
Okay.
Yeah. So my question is, can you unpack for us how you had to get ready for that role, because you did quite an exceptional job.
I will not lie to you. I was scared to my pants.
First, you heard it first. Yes, you were scared.
I was scared. But shout out to Mildred Oku. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes. She's amazing. First of all, I was looking forward to working with her. And then when she called me, she made it so easy. And she just put me through. Imagine someone calling you like 1 month ahead before, and she's talking to me about my character.
You could do it.
So she just made it easy for me. And the set was very professional, trust me. It made it easy for an actor to just deliver. So talking to her breaking down, and she believed in me. She still does till today. To have someone believe in you when you were at a stage where you're like, okay, what am I doing? And she has a way of just picking people from the crowd and just sticking with you. She may not talk to you, she may not comment under your posts, but you can feel her energy. So I think that also gave me some sort of boost, and I'm like, Debbie, you're not going to mess this up.
You better not.
And I'm glad I didn't.
Fantastic job.
Have you ever been in a project where afterwards you were you had some sort of fear? That,
What will people say?
Well, people say, oh, producer, what does the producer think about me? How did the director feel about me?
Would
I get another casting? Will they call me back for another job?
Trust me, I think almost every actor, every good actor feels that way. For every time we put our work out there, there's just that, it's just, you can't be comfortable with saying I did my best. So for every time we work, we always have that feeling, did I give out my best? Until it comes out. Sometimes we even get scared, going to the cinema
to
go and watch our movie because we know we're going to see things. We are our biggest critics.
Have you ever snuck into the cinema as somebody else? While they're watching it, you're watching them. I want to see your reaction. Okay, that's my scene. How are you reacting?
I'm always so scared. Like I literally avoid it. I cringe. But yeah, there are times that you also worry about, was I nice to the crew? Because outside your talent, your
person, your
have
character.
To think about your work relationship because those things can actually put you in a bad place in the industry. So we try as much as possible, like I said, to curb any uncertainties or anything that will hold you down.
What projects are we looking forward to? There's
Unbridled.
Unbridled?
Oh yes,
BBL,
Big Book of Lies.
Lies.
Yes, on Accelerate TV. We have The Olive also. I mean, The Olive is streaming too. Like, it literally just came. And then Big Book of Lies. It's on my page, and people can always go to Accelerate TV Plus and watch it. And many more that I really cannot remember right now.
Now let's...
Lady of the Moments, right?
Yeah, like she's everywhere. Let's talk about your character, in Unbridled. Talk us through the experience, reading through the script. Are you one of those actors that are very intentional with, the scripts before you, get into the project? Or you're like, okay, they called you, okay, producer calls, you're like, oh, really, there's this, let's go, let's do it.
See, first of all, I don't know. I actually had to speak with the director and also just the writer, and I'm like, why did you people do this to me? So it has to do with a toxic
relationship.
I'm supposed to be toxic, same as my partner.
Okay.
And when I saw the script, I knew I needed to be that person. I was not very normal on set the entire time we were shooting.
Because you had to be that person.
Because I had to be that person. And then I was worried about the love scenes. I won't lie to you. People would watch that and they would not know that I actually...
You were like...
Because I'm like, oh my God, my mom should not watch this thing. Mommy, please do not watch it. Because you're like, is my daughter like this? But yeah, I gave it my best. And I remember putting a clip of it on my page and everybody were like, ooh, Debbie.
I'm definitely going to see it, especially for those love scenes that you were cringing for.
Please.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We've got something inside the kitchen which was deliberately made for her.
Yes, it was. But then we have another guest coming on next year. So
I'm hoping that you might stick around.
Mazino has a soft spot for you, it's so obvious. But we have to go on a quick break now, people. Thank you so much, Debbie, for being here. We'll see you in a bit. We have our next guest coming up right now. Stay with us.
Finally, just joining us on the couch for an interesting conversation is Nigerian filmmaker Akinayo. Is it Akinayo?
Yes.
Yes, Babatunde, known by his moniker, Mr. Tunes Filmmaker.
Yes, of course. He actually happens to be the tallest filmmaker. Did you tag yourself that, or did people tag you that?
Well, I think people did.
People did. Amazing. And you took it, right? You accepted it. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. It's a pleasure having you here. Nice. Does your height in any way get into the way of what you do?
Good question.
Bending over to check the camera?
Well, not really.
Okay,
not
so
really.
our director would
it.
like to see how tall you are. Do you mind
Could
standing
you
up?
stand?
Oh, really?
Yes. That's all of 6'7". Mazino is taller than you. Get a grip.
Amazing. Amazing.
Wow. So your career is, I dare say, rich. Reading about you, and I'm like, wow. And then, of course, knowing some of the stuff you've done and all. I'm always interested in background stories.
Yeah.
Why filmmaking? Most people would rather throw their weight into being the one in front of the camera so they can get favors and all. Why filmmaking? And you look good enough to be in front of the camera.
Oh, really? Thank you. So basically for me, I'm actually an actor too.
Yeah.
But I have that passion for actually creating the film. And for a very long time before I got to this stage, I've always had that thing to create stories. I could, in a second, I could create a story myself. I could write a character out and all that. And so I found out that writing a story and trying to create that thing I want without anyone influencing it is my thing.
Control.
Yeah. So kind of.
Sounds familiar.
You know, and then I had to pursue that. And I went into filmmaking.
Oh, amazing. So over the years, you've literally also like featured in several movies. And then again, you've also featured and directed at the same time. I always wonder how you guys balance that. How are you able to literally be in a movie as an actor, as a major character, and then also like direct at the same time?
It's a whole lot of work. It's a lot of work. I at some point I had to stop that because it was taking a whole lot of me, and then it was actually even disturbing my directing, ability.
Yes,
because it's two different things to direct and then act at the same time. So you must do a lot of work because nobody is watching you, except you have your assistant director and other people who are trying to, but you know, being a director, you want to see what you have done yourself. There's a lot of work, and then mental work and all that.
True.
You know, so it's a whole lot.
Definitely is.
So there's some people who throw in producer.
Producer too.
That one you start director and lead actor.
Why?
You did everything.
Why?
I acted, I produced, and I directed.
Why?
Well, circumstance.
Okay, so now with the way your career is right now, I'm sure there are several things that you wish you had done in certain ways, yet could not pull it off. Can you tell us some of those, especially in your career?
Well, I think it was, I would say starting out, it was very tedious for me. It was really hard because I learned on my own initially.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a mentor. I didn't go to film school initially. So I was really interested in it. So I had to learn by going on YouTube. So I made a lot of mistakes. You know, I can't count number of laptops that just went, you know, because I was learning editing myself. I was learning producing myself. I was learning directing myself. I had the ability to act from time. So I was trying to do everything together. So I started with my short film like 10 years ago, and I was doing that myself. So there were a lot of mistakes. And when I actually went to learn, the craft itself, I realized I wasted a lot of time. Things that could have been done like just a click, like control something.
Yeah.
Spent years wasting my time doing it, and so I wasted a lot of things, resources, wasted a lot of money, wasted a lot of, but it actually, you know, helped me. You know, so if I'm to change, turn back the hands of time, I would rather go and learn the craft first, and then go into the, embark on the journey.
All right, amazing. So now, I recently read somewhere that you had your directorial debut at 12.
Yeah.
Explain how.
How I did my...
Directorial debut at 12. First of all, is that accurate?
Yeah,
and
that's accurate.
How
Okay.
did that come about?
Yeah, because I started acting, I told you long ago.
Yeah.
And so there was a time, I think I was 12 years old, and then we were supposed to have a stage drama. And then someone was actually supposed to direct, and then the person didn't come.
Okay.
And then one of our tutors called and said, okay, this guy, you know how to act, you know what? Why don't you can you direct this? And I'm like, oh, yes, I can.
Were you directing adults or kids?
Yes, adults and kids, yeah.
Wow.
And then because we're parents to us, and all,
Yes.
but I've been acting before then. I started acting at like 9. So I've been doing that, and everybody always applaud me in church and all that.
Amazing.
And then so that day they told, okay, just direct. You've been doing this thing for a long time, just do it. And then I did. And they were like, wow. And when we staged the drama, it was really nice. It was really nice. Everybody was commending me and all. And that was how I started directing. Ever since then, the other person that was supposed to direct was just pushed out of the thing. Let this boy be
Continue. Amazing.
At 12?
Yeah.
Wow. You're past 33 now, so
So you have a project you're currently working on.
Yes.
That's out already.
Yes.
That name I was telling you.
Akinifesi.
Yeah.
No.
Let me hear how you guys.
Is Akinifesi right?
No.
No,
Wait.
Help us now.
I'm trying to remember. Arifesesi.
Yes,
That's the one.
Arifesesi.
Arifesesi.
Yeah, so now tell us
Tell
about
us about it.
Yeah, so that's my, like you said, that's my new movie.
Yes.
It's showing currently in all cinemas nationwide.
Okay.
And I think maybe a few countries in Africa as well. I think Ghana and Liberia. And it's a movie that is so dear to my heart. And it's actually a story I created trying to mirror what's happening in our society.
Okay.
And then from that word, it's an English movie, but then because it was, shot in a Yoruba setting, we decided to use the Yoruba word to actually attract our audience to, get familiar with it and all that. And then make it stand out. Because just like you said now, you know the name, you can't pronounce it. You know that this thing is different. So when you hear it, you know it's the movie. So that's why we do that. But then it's a story that tells us what is happening in Nigeria, and then trying to create an awareness that a lot of things happen around us in our society are majorly created by individuals. We're responsible for the things going on, the negative things happening around us, as opposed to how people think it's a government, some things are like this and like that. So some things happen because some people are probably greedy, or the ripple effect of people's negative actions or character is what the movie is about.
Amazing. Okay, so now there's one thing to act, to produce and direct, and another thing to actually desire to transfer that to the next generation. You have a workshop usually put together called Photosyn Lenses. So now let's talk about Photosyn Lenses.
Yeah, Photosyn Lenses is a non-profit project I created 2017. And it's I just had to join the three words together: photo, scene, and lenses. So whether you're a photographer, whether we are doing is motion pictures or still pictures, we get to train everyone. We get to train everyone, and then so it's something that we do to bring people from grassroots Nigeria to learn the craft. So what I do is I go to local environments. It could be Osun State, it could be Ibadan, it could be Ondo State, it could be Benin, and then we look for raw talents. And then we pick the raw talents and then we brew them by using my industry friends. So I'm like a bridge between the people who don't have access to this acting or filmmaking, and then I bring people who are already professionals to teach them.
That is commendable. That is commendable. And I think social media should jump on that, because we have people that are doing that. There's the chess, Tunde is doing that. And then now, Tunde again is doing that.
That's the idea.
Nice you like to eat, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite?
Anything yum.
Anything yam, perfect. Definitely walking.
Is your lucky? Is today your birthday too?
No.
I'm just kidding.
We have food for you.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
And it has some yam in it. So let's go. I think I want to see your height again, so let's go.
Let me just move far away, because now.
And we are back. You're welcome. And yes, Debbie, of course, had to join us. So quickly, welcome to the kitchen. This is Chef Betty, and she's made for you yam and sweet porridge. So guys, we need you to taste and let us know what you think about it quickly.
Yes, please dig in, and thankfully you're sitting on that
rubbing
end.
my palms as if I'm the one to eat.
All right, so yeah. So there's sweet potatoes in there. There's yam.
Yes.
And
What's it taste like?
so, nice.
Because it's yam.
Because it's yam, exactly.
Debbie, is heating. It's heating. All right, great. All right, thank you both for being here this morning.
I want to say thank you to everybody who's been on the show, including you, and everybody here, and you at home. And we'll catch you guys for a midweek Wednesday edition tomorrow. Please join us at 7 a.m. bright and early. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us.